cops in a surprise shootout with a domestic abuser in Queens who just shows up and starts firing. The cops wounded but continued firing as they fell to the ground, their own blood all around, saving lives. A warning, this video is very graphic.
Times. Both officers returned fire. 9 shots from Officer Wells, 15 shots from Officer Murphy. Mr. Goppy died at the scene.
He was known as a peace officer, a man who stood with the police, a man who handed out toys to children affected by domestic violence. He posted about his charity drives online, proudly saying he wanted to help families in pain. He smiled in photos beside New York City officers. To his friends, to his neighbors, to his colleagues, he looked like the very definition of a good man, a protector, a father, a husband. But behind closed doors, the truth was very different. This same man, who claimed to care so deeply about victims of domestic violence, was secretly abusing his own wife. And when the truth came out, it didn't just destroy his family, it nearly killed 2 New York police officers who walked straight into a trap. This is the shocking story of Rondell Goppy, the man who raised money for domestic violence victims and then shot his wife and 2 police officers. You're watching Unraveled Crime. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the real stories of crime, betrayal, and dark secrets that we bring to light. Now, let's get into it.
As if we needed any more reminders about how cops risk their lives every day. Tonight, a dramatic and frightening and real-life example. Look at this. 2 New York cops in a surprise shootout with a domestic abuser in Queens who just shows up and starts firing. The cops wounded but continued firing as they fell to the ground, their own blood all around, saving lives. A warning, this video is very graphic. Eyewitness News reporter Joe Torres with the video released today. Joe?
Bill, this shooting happened in November, 2 days before Thanksgiving. The video from the officers' body-worn cameras shows a pair of veteran officers escorting a domestic violence victim back to her home in Springfield Gardens, Queens. The video also shows how those officers saved that woman's life when her abuser arrived at the home and started shooting.
We'll go in with you just to make sure he's not here and everything's safe and okay.
2 minutes later, police officers Christopher Wells and Joseph Murphy would quickly see things were neither safe nor okay. 8 seconds of sheer terror recorded by the body camera of police officer Wells. Here are those same 8 seconds from the camera of Officer Murphy. We stopped the video the moment one bullet struck him in the hand. The barrage started moments after 41-year-old Rondell Goppy arrived at the home on 179th Street in Springfield Gardens. Here he is walking into the home, a gun clearly visible in his right hand. He says nothing before opening fire 11 times. Both officers returned fire. 9 shots from Officer Wells, 15 shots from Officer Murphy. Mr. Goppy died at the scene. Investigators found he had not 1 gun, but 2. Mayor de Blasio and the police commissioner spoke shortly after the shooting.
Here we have a situation where a woman was in danger and these officers went to protect her, only to find themselves in harm's way immediately.
The shooting left both officers injured. A bullet hit Officer Wells in his right thigh and fractured his femur. Another bullet hit Officer Murphy in both hands. The domestic violence victim was unharmed.
The NYPD says cameras and the videos they record provide transparency into police actions, accountability for officers, and increased trust between police and the public. The head of the PBA says this video does something else. It shows officers risking their own lives to save others.
Queens, New York, the largest borough in the city, home to more than 2 million people. A place where cultures collide, dreams are built, and tragedies unfold. Among those who called Queens home was 41-year-old Rondell Goppy. To those who knew him casually, he seemed like a man to admire. He was a peace officer at the City University of New York, officially listed as a crime prevention specialist. For nearly a decade, he worked out of City College in Harlem. His job, to prevent conflict, to build trust, to keep students safe. Outside of work, Rondell was visible in the community. He organized toy drives for children affected by domestic violence. He worked side by side with NYPD auxiliary units. He spoke about unity, about safety, about lifting up the most vulnerable. On Twitter, he proudly posted photos of charity events, smiling cops, boxes of toys, families who were grateful. His online persona was convincing. A devoted husband, a proud father of 2, a man who loved his wife so much that he filled his feed with their photos. Together, they looked like the couple everyone envied, happy, affectionate, solid. To the outside world, Rondell Goppy looked like a man who lived by his principles, a family man, a community servant, a protector. But that was only the mask. The truth inside the Goppy home was much darker. Behind the smiling photos, Rondell was violent. His wife endured years of abuse. There were multiple calls to the home for domestic violence. Neighbors suspected tension. Police had even removed his firearms at one point, only to later return them. His wife lived in fear. Every time she posted a smile, every time she played the role of the happy spouse, she was hiding bruises, trauma, and a truth that threatened to explode. By late 2020, she reached her breaking point. The violence was too much. According to police, on November 23rd, she reported that Rondell had choked her during a domestic dispute. That night changed everything. She made the decision to go to the police the following morning, and what happened next would set the stage for tragedy. On November 24, 2020, around noon, Rondell's wife walked into the 105th precinct in Queens. She told officers what had happened the night before. She told them about the choking, about the abuse. She asked for help. The NYPD took her seriously. 2 veteran officers, Christopher Wells and Joseph Murphy, were assigned to escort her back home. Their mission was simple: help her collect her belongings, make sure she was safe, and discuss next steps, changing locks, securing her children, and addressing the firearms Rondell kept in a safe. The officers didn't know it yet, but they were walking straight into a powder keg. The body cameras recorded what happened inside. At first, everything seemed calm. The officers spoke with Rondell's wife in the living room. They asked about the Ring doorbell cameras installed outside. Could Rondell see them coming and going? Did he still have access? She admitted yes, he could see everything. The officers advised her to disconnect the cameras or cover them. They spoke about locksmiths, about changing locks, about whether she felt safe here, or if she would prefer a shelter. Their conversation was careful, professional, calm. They were doing exactly what police are trained to do in these moments: support the victim, secure the home, prepare for the worst. But then, 6 minutes in, the worst arrived. It happened suddenly. Rondell Goppy appeared at the front door. He walked into the home, his right hand gripping a handgun. His face gave nothing away. He didn't say a word, and then he opened fire. 11 shots in seconds. The officers had no time to react before bullets tore into the room. Officer Wells was struck in the thigh. The bullet fractured his femur, knocking him to the ground. Officer Murphy was hit in both hands. Their blood spilled onto the floor. The chaos was overwhelming, but training and instinct took over. Even as they fell, both officers pulled their weapons and fired back. 9 shots from Wells, 15 shots from Murphy. The sound of gunfire echoed through the home. Rondell's wife ran for cover, terrified, and then silence. Rondell Goppy lay on the ground, shot multiple times, his 2 guns by his side. His rampage was over.
Just gotta let you know that we have our body cameras on now.
Okay.
Is the Ring camera the only camera that works?
We have the Ring camera, we have the other camera.
Can you disconnect him so that he can't view
I'll
him?
have to have my next door neighbor do it.
Okay.
See if they could do that.
If they could do that, then he, won't know what's going on here. But like I said, I would call 911 immediately if he comes back, and he'll be arrested. Just tell him you made keep that pink piece of paper, show him. Do you feel safe here, or would you rather go to a domestic violence shelter?
So I'll take the kids and go to my sister's house. Should I change the lock? I don't know.
Yeah, you could change the locks because he's going to be arrested. So, technically he has to have access, but he's going to get arrested, and then there's going to be an order of protection issue. So once you change the locks, even if he called the police, we're going to arrest him, and then, then the order of protection will be in effect, and then you have every right to change the locks for your own safety.
So I can change it now?
You can change it now,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I would highly recommend doing that.
Because you have the keys.
Okay. So yeah, I
Do
would.
you guys want to go in?
We'll go in with you just to make sure he's not here and everything's safe and okay.
The thing is, he has access to all the cameras,
Yeah.
Right.
so we are gonna have to disconnect it.
Yeah, that's what they said. The ring camera, I don't know how to do that.
You can
If
take
he
out
could
the
see us
battery.
right now.
Take out the battery.
Take the battery.
You can see us right now. I have one in the back and one in the front.
Well, you have 2 ring cameras? Screwing?
Oh,
If you have a Phillips head screwdriver, you'd be able
Yeah.
to take that out.
I can do that.
Or you can put a cloth over it.
That'll work too.
Low tech.
home improvement, all type of stuff.
And you said you didn't see his car out front?
No. No.
But his access to his firearm the firearm is definitely not in this home.
We have the safe upstairs, so I don't know if it's in here. I don't know if it's upstairs. I don't know where it's at.
Do you have access to the safe?
No.
No.
No, I don't think that is.
But you haven't seen the firearm in this house since he's been back?
No.
Since he got it back?
We have his. He's gonna come back because he left everything here. He's gonna be back because he left everything. Everything.
Okay. Well, do you want to pack up and go to your sister's now while we're still here?
The kids is in the middle of school.
Well,
Unless I change the locks.
if you can get a locksmith here within, as soon as possible, that's a good idea. Or where does your sister live?
Oh, he's coming. That's him. He's here.
Yeah, he's got other cameras too.
Just gotta let you know that we have our body cameras on now.
Okay.
Is the Ring camera the only camera that works?
We have the ring camera. We have the other camera.
He's got other double cameras and stuff.
We have the whole camera for the block.
Can you disconnect them so that he can't
I
view
will
them?
have to have my next door neighbor do it.
Okay.
See if they could do that.
If they could do that, then he, won't know what's going on here. But like I said, I would call 911 immediately if he comes back, and he'll be arrested. Just tell him you made keep that pink piece of paper, show him. Do you feel safe here, or would you rather go to a domestic violence shelter?
I'll take the kids and go to my sister's house.
Where's your
Should I
sister
change
live?
the lock? Should I change the lock? I don't know.
Yeah, you could change the locks because he's going to be arrested. So, technically he has to have access, but he's going to get arrested, and then there's going to be an order of protection issue. So once you change the locks, even if he called the police, we're going to arrest him, and then then the order of protection will be in effect, and then you have every right to change the locks for your own safety.
So I can change it now?
You can change it now.
Okay, so
I would
I'll have to
highly
call
recommend
the
doing that.
Because you have the key.
Okay. So yeah,
Do you guys want to go in?
we'll go in with you just to make sure he's not here and
Take a
everything's
look.
safe and okay.
The thing is, he has access to all the cameras,
Right.
So we are gonna have to disconnect it.
Yeah.
And the ring cam, I don't know how to do that.
You can
If
take
you
out
could
the
see us
battery.
Just
right
take.
now.
You just
Take
take
out
the
the
take the battery.
You can see us right now. I have one in the back and one at the front.
Okay. Well, you have 2 ring cameras. Is the screw in?
Oh, shit. This is the one.
If you have a Phillips head screwdriver, you'd be able to take that out.
Or you can put a cloth over it.
That'll work too.
Low tech.
I was there decorating yesterday. I was trying to, have homemade food and all types of stuff.
And you said you didn't see his car out front.
No.
But his access to his firearm is definitely not in this home.
We have a safe upstairs, so I don't know if it's in here. I don't know if it's upstairs. I don't know what's that. I don't think he left it.
But you haven't seen the firearm in this house since he's been back?
No.
Since he got it back?
You have this. He's gonna be back because we got everything. Everything.
Well, do you want to pack up and go to your sister's now while we're still here?
The kids is in the middle of school right now.
Well,
Unless I change the locks.
if you can get a locksmith here within, as soon as possible, that's a good idea. Or going, where does your sister live?
Oh, he's coming. That's him. He's there.
The aftermath was brutal. Both officers were badly injured. Wells, barely able to move, fought through the pain. Murphy, hands bleeding, still clutched his weapon. They had survived a deadly ambush. The body cam footage showed just how close they came to dying. 8 seconds of sheer terror. But they had stopped Rondell before he could kill his wife, before he could kill them. Their quick response saved lives. Paramedics rushed them to the hospital. Wells was treated for the fractured femur, Murphy for wounds in both hands. Against all odds, they survived. On Thanksgiving morning, just 2 days later, both officers were released from the hospital. Bagpipes played. Fellow officers clapped and cheered as they left. They were hailed as heroes. The city of New York was shaken. Mayor Bill de Blasio made a statement. They saved that woman's life. I want to be crystal clear. Because these officers were there, that woman is alive. Patrick Lynch, president of the Police Benevolent Association, called the video chilling and difficult to watch, but reminded the public, Officers Wells and Murphy saved lives. They saved the life of that domestic violence victim. They saved each other's lives. This video is the answer for anyone questioning why police officers must respond to domestic violence calls. For the victim, Rondell's wife, the truth was now undeniable. The mask had been ripped away. The man who once smiled in family photos, the man who once stood at charity events, the man who claimed to protect others, he had nearly killed her. What made this tragedy even more disturbing was the irony. Rondell Goppy had been known for his domestic violence charity work. He organized toy drives specifically for children affected by abuse. He spoke about protecting victims. He smiled beside officers as he handed out donations. But in reality, he was abusing his own wife. He was the very thing he claimed to fight against. It was a double life. Public servant by day, abuser by night. And in the end, that double life destroyed him. The shooting wasn't random. It wasn't sudden rage. It was the culmination of a pattern. Domestic violence experts say this is all too common. Abusers often present themselves as loving, even charitable in public. They hide behind smiles, careers, and community service. They manipulate how others see them. And behind closed doors, they unleash violence on the very people they're supposed to love. For Rondell's wife, this was her reality for years. She finally spoke up. and in doing so she triggered his violent attempt to regain control. It's a chilling reminder. Domestic violence doesn't always look like what we imagine. Sometimes the abuser is the last person you'd expect. Rondell Goppy died that day in his own home. His career, his reputation, his public image, all gone in seconds. The officers survived, but carry scars that will last a lifetime. Physical scars, emotional scars, memories of those 8 seconds of terror. And his wife, the victim who found the courage to report him, survived too. She walked away with her life, though forever haunted by what almost happened. In the end, the story of Rondell Goppy isn't just about one man's hypocrisy. It's about the danger victims face when they speak up. It's about the risks police take when they respond. And it's about the masks abusers wear, hiding in plain sight. Rondell Goppy raised money for domestic violence victims. He posed for photos with police. He built the image of a man who cared. But behind the mask, he was the abuser. And when the truth was exposed, he nearly took 3 lives with him. This case forces us to ask, how many more people like him are out there, smiling in public, abusing in private, pretending to be heroes, while hiding the darkest secrets of all? Thank you for watching Unraveled Crime. The tragedy of Rondell Goppy's case is a haunting reminder that danger can hide behind even the most trusted faces. If this story shocked you, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next investigation. Hit like and share this video to keep these hidden truths in the spotlight, and let us know your thoughts in the comments, because together we uncover the betrayals, the crimes, and the lies they want buried. Until next time, stay safe and remember, sometimes the ones sworn to protect us are the very ones we need protection from.